Hey, thanks for stopping by. My name is David, and you have found our channel probably because of a search for how to build something. I'm going to show you guys how I built this, a UFO. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back. I am going to show you guys how to build a UFO using stuff that you can get at Lowe's. So hang tight and stay with us. Getting the old shoes on, working in the garage, man stuff. Please pay no attention to how dirty my garage is. It's been a busy summer and it's not being cleaned yet. So I have kind of already started doing some of this, and I've got some tools. I'll lay it all out. Just using PVC, before you glue it all together, you can kind of lay it out the way you want. And so far, I'm happy with the results. I've made a few modifications on my original design. Also, I think my diameter is too big. I can't get it in the garage, so I'm gonna have to bring it in a little bit. I don't know if I'll do that by changing the diameter of the inner circle or not. Anyway, let me get a parts inventory together, and I will get back to you shortly. Okay, so let's start with the parts inventory. I bought 20 of these 5-foot, 1/2-inch PVC pipes. Okay, I'm only showing you 5 here, but the other 15 are out there, and have been cut up into these 1-foot sections and up there. So 20 of these are, and the only reason I chose 5-foot was because it's just manageable. I ended up going back to Lowe's and I got 10-foot PVC. I got these 10-foot PVC pipes because I could easily connect them with just the couplers and make a nice smooth arc. Trying to use the 5-footers and the T's for fittings, and I'll show you how I'm custom making these T's to snap on, because I didn't, once you glue them together, you're committed. And I wasn't quite sure of the angle that I needed the saucer to look like, so I wanted to basically snap it together later. So you'll need, I got 4 10-footers. I think I'll be cutting this down to using only 3 of them, but I grabbed the 4th one in case I needed just a little bit longer than just 30 foot. Okay, so my parts inventory. I bought 20 of these, and those are cut up pieces from these. I bought a bucket of these contractor pack tees, okay? And I'll show you what I do with those in a moment. I got a couple of the 4-ways, simply for the strength to build a grid on the top. Duct tape. Of course, you'll need some glue. You'll need a PVC pipe cutter, a tape measure, just a couple of handheld tools just to hold PVC in place or to twist them on and off with. Get you some type of a marker, and I'm using a roto zip, but anything that will easily cut through PVC and I'll show you what I'm doing here shortly with that. So basically, what I'm using the roto zip for is to cut these PVC pieces on the back side so that I can just snap them on, and then that way I'm not committed to gluing them in place, and if I need to, I can turn them. Okay, so I'll just take that off. Now this is glued yet. See, I can turn this if needed, just like so. And then once I'm in position, I know they're good, I'll probably drop some glue down in here, maybe hit it in the back side, just to hold it in place. So first rule was I kind of went through and just spec'd it out, kind of just put it together to show you what it looks like. And Then I'm going to disassemble it and start gluing the inner circle together, and then the uprights for support, and then we'll move on. So there we've made the bottom ring or the top ring. They're both the same. And again, I just had these 45 degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Of course, it makes an octagon, duh. And I just made these one foot across. And I mean, it's not 100% perfectly level, but it's pretty darn close. And I'm sure you saw in the video, you know, once you set these things, they're pretty much locked in. You have just a few seconds to kind of make some minor adjustments. So I think we're good with this. Let me show you also what I had done with the T's. So since I didn't want to commit to an angle, right? Because you don't know for sure if you're off a little bit or not. So I took my roto zip and I just marked out there is a, let me get this camera stable. There is a notch right about here, at least on this brand. And so I just took a magic marker, just made me a line here, and then kind of went, you know, the same angle, the same degrees or whatever you want to call it on the other side. Just made a line, and just took my roto zip and just notched them out. Oops, and just notched them out. And they are quite hard to snap on, so you have to apply a lot of force. Matter of fact, I have to use the vice grips and actually the pliers as well to kind of snap them on. You can try to step on them too, but that's how I'm going to mount these things on this. And like I said, once I get everything set, I may try to hit it with some of the glue just to help hold it in position. So you'll want to repeat, make another one of those. You'll need quite a few of these. Just go ahead and cut you a bunch of them, and I'm gonna get ready to do the other ring there. I'll probably start disassembling the outer ring. The height of this right now, I think I have it set for 30 inches. So you know, right now I'm going to leave it at 30 inches, and we'll adjust if needed. All right, so here's what we got so far, and it is pretty darn sturdy. I mean, it's, you know, not as sturdy as metal would be, but you know, it's pretty darn good. And I think once I get some more bracing in here for the rings, and we'll put some additional supports in here, this thing's gonna be nice. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. And then once I get it all pre-assembled, then I'll mark the number, I'll mark them, and then I will put some glue on it and get it all put together. All right, go in time-lapse mode. Okay, so I want to kind of show you again. I took these standard these T's, and I just kind of cut, you know, maybe a third out. And what I do is I've been lining up. For example, here is T on this top brace, and I'm just going to line that up just roughly with where it would sit right here. Take your vice grips, just kind of snap it down and hold it. With another set, and just simply snap it on. And then you can still turn it, adjust it, and you can slide it up and down the ring if you need to make final adjustments. All right, back into hyperspace. All right, and so there you have it. The top side, I believe, is going to be done here. I don't know that I will need any more braces. I'm going to have to get some more 5-foot pieces because I want to go ahead and support it more from the bottom. There's only 4 supports, so I'll probably counter the top ones here and just offset. For example, this top one here, I'll probably put a bottom one from here and up, and that'll just give it a little bit more stability. And then this thing's ready to start gluing together. So far, I think it's working out. I'll start gluing. So a bit of a progress report. I have made the entire frame. I got all that completed, and I've started scoping out where I'm going to be putting the fog machine. Is going to go right here. At least that's the plan. I've already got my laser light mounted right there using duct tape. I had to move my fans apart a little bit because the light was being blocked by the fans. So they're just tie wrapped in so they could slide on that rail. I have put the leg assemblies on, just portions of it. I may have to put some radiator clamps if they'll start slipping, or I may even have to set a screw in there or so. And I ended up doubling these up. So right here, I just put this one on the top and then from the bottom. And on this set of rails, I went a little wider. So I went on this side of that support column post right here. So I went here, and on the bottom I came up, and it gave it a nice even circle. So it was balanced out, and I could lift and lower as needed and adjust it. So it's not 100% perfect, but it's pretty darn good. Of what it looks like without the cardboard on it, because that is next. Okay, so we are now adding the cardboard to this, and I just got some cardboard from a local company that delivered appliances, refrigerators, stoves, and stuff like that, and just started covering this with cardboard and just cutting it to fit and filling in all the seams best I could with just duct tape. So far so good. We'll see how the final finish goes once we get once I get it all done, and I put on we're gonna try aluminum foil. And then we did a little experiment yesterday where Tina took some heavy project board and had covered part of the cardboard and then covered it with aluminum foil, and it did look a little smoother, but it's probably not worth the added expense. So this is the top side. I've already got it all fitted for the laser light, which is right there. It'll probably just stay mounted for the moment. I took the fog machine out because I will have to flip this upside down to do the other side. Plus, I think I'm going to paint the underside of the cardboard so it becomes a little more reflective. Actually, maybe paint all of it. I don't know yet, so we'll see how it goes. All right, talk to you soon. So now we flipped over the UFO. I'm going to paint the underside here, just some cheap white paint. I left that panel open as an access panel to get in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that basically unattached. I can just lift it up easily, crawl up underneath there. Same with this panel. Right, let's see, I guess we'll leave this panel here, this panel right here, open, and this one open. That way if I have to, I can lift this one down, we're upside down, and lift this one up. That way I can crawl up in here, do anything inside there I need to do, fix anything. Attach the power strip with my mounting tape, and so I should be able to run everything I need to off that. And we are getting close to being done. Tomorrow is going to be doing the bottom side. No, I'm sorry. Tomorrow is going to be painting the inside and then mounting the cardboard on the bottom, and then starting to put the aluminum foil on. So it's coming along. So we've now flipped it over, of course, like I said, for another night, and we've used some Christmas wrapping paper, and we just used the back side of it instead of painting. We just used the back side of that to create a reflective material. So once the lighting's in here, bounce around inside and create a lot of light. So now we're working on the bottoms, cutting these pieces in, and then left my access panels. Those will be the last ones. And then I'll be ready to try the Christmas paper that is just silver looking and get that on there. So we're hoping that works out. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so please forgive the mess. It is a project. Here's what we got done so far. This is the bottom side. I decided to do the bottom side first to figure out all the nuances of this. Tina has suggested using wrapping paper, the metallic wrapping paper, instead of using the aluminum foil. And this is the back side, so this was the first piece I put on. This is my panel, my access panel, in case I have to get inside and kind of lift this up, get in there. And this is the second piece, and then I just worked my way around and got a little better as I went along. So, there you go. That's where we are so far. Hope to get this finished tonight, get it flipped over, do the top side tomorrow, and start mounting lights. Again, pay no attention to the messy garage, guys and gals. Okay, so I've got the bottom. This is the bottom. I've got the skin all on it. I'm picking up some more. This is about 2.5 rolls of silver wrapping paper, and possibly, well, I've got some heavy-duty wrapping paper ordered from Amazon. But again, this is the bottom, so I'm not terribly worried about how this will look, since it's the least visible. But I went ahead and cut these little portholes in, and so some light will shine through there. And I'm just kind of hitting all the flaws in the covering, just hitting it with some spray paint to kind of give it that like burnt edge look, and especially around here, around these port vent holes or whatever they're going to be. But it should allow some light. Anyway, we're supposed to flip this over tonight. I'll finish the top, and we'll continue on. Okay, and let's talk about some of the changes that I made from the last video, now that we're mostly completed here. I changed out the PVC pipe. I had some old flexible pipe in the garage. I found that made it a little lighter, a little more flexible. And that basically just allows the fog machine to direct that smoke downward, where these old computer fans help blow it down. The effect looks great. You'll see it on the videos. I also just found an old 12-volt power supply and connected it to these fans, plugged it into my power strip. Also, I moved the light source down from the lid, or from the top side, because I needed to make clearance for the dome. And to make the dome, what I had to do, but what I found was the top side of a fire pit. So you can see the handle right there. This one's covered with aluminum foil. Hid the seams with the, I guess it's the metallic tape they use in HVAC. So, of course, here's my panel, my access panel. Right, so this just allows me to easily get in and out. So it's just kind of hinged right there. I can just kind of flip it over. My power strip, of course, runs down and out. And this is my bottom panel. It allows me to step into the UFO if I need to. And I decided not to. I started painting. You can see I started painting the bottom side. But I don't think I'm going to really need it. So I think there's just enough light coming from this source of light. The light there from the light show. And I have some other little LED lights. If I have to, I'll just add them in here. So not to overcomplicate it. But yeah, we're good to go. And this thing is ready. It's ready to launch. Also, one thing about the lighting, I just happened to pick these light strips up. I think it was Hobby Lobby. I just picked them up. It was cheap and gave the dome an effect. I went ahead and cut holes in the top side to match the bottom side to let light out. Flaws, all the flaws in the paper. One of the things I found is that if you get too much glue on the cardboard as you're laying this paper down, it'll want to soak through. So just be aware, and then when you try to wipe that glue clean or whatever, it smears it and kind of ruins the effect. So any spacecraft entering the atmosphere is going to have some dirt. It's going to have some crud on it. So I went ahead and just hit these to make it look like entry marks. And that's how I covered any kind of like major flaws. All this is going to be viewed from a distance, so it's not going to really matter, you know, about some of this. I mean, you want to be a perfectionist, knock yourself out, but it's not going to really matter. And then for the lighting effect on the perimeter, I just bought these, and I'll put all this stuff what I got from. Okay, so I got all this on Amazon. This is, I think, 35 foot of lighting. It's also, it's got different modes. It works with sound. So that's another thing. I downloaded about an hour's worth of creepy sounds. So this should light up and pulsate with those sounds. At Hobby Lobby, I found this wrapping paper that is holographic. So that gives it a great look. I'm hoping that lighting or anything that shines off of these lights will give it some additional effect. What else? So legs. I tried using these legs. That's what these were for. And it was very wobbly. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to end up doing. I may end up having to keep some type of support under it like this. I hope I don't have to, but if I do, it'll probably be buckets. So, and I'll just wrap them up with the extra wrapping paper. I think that's it. We did buy an extra fog machine just in case we needed more fog effect, but this thing is show ready, I believe. So if you have any questions about this, please feel free to comment or ask me, and I'll fill in the blanks of things that didn't get recorded. Because, you know, as you get busy in these projects, sometimes you forget to turn on the camera. And that happened several times. So, I hope I got through the construction part, the cardboard, you know, and then the adhesive. And then instead of using aluminum foil, I used I used wrapping paper like you find for weddings or other things. It has a metallic look. And then to cover flaws, I hit it with some paint, give it like a entering the atmosphere type of burnt look, and this thing's ready to go.